Hey guys, welcome to the channel Rayan Avechina. It's been a long time reviewing SRH. I'm with two hardcore fans, Rishi and Pratik. They have been fans from a long time ago, and so we just want to review like how the season went last time, so how the auction went and how the team will progress this time, and our estimations for the team and our expectations. So starting
Yeah,
with
sure.
Pratik. Yeah, Pratik. So coming to the previous season, how do you think we fared and what do you think we lacked last season?
See, based on our team performance and our points table performance, that where we ended up last time, it is needless to say that this would be a worst season, like worst season in couple of last decade. After the new age, when we changed from the SRH from under the leadership of Tom Moody, this would be the worst season, so to say. But if we analyze the reason for that, I would say that there were a lot of friction between players and stuff that was going on that was hidden from our general public. I think David Warner and his scene with the team management and what actually happened behind the scene, no one knew. But I think that would have been the reason because the team would have been hampered, their mentality would have been hampered. Because if you see the team or playing 11 or playing 15 on the paper, you will see that it's a nice squad. It's a great squad. You know, there were less number of injuries. Like there are other teams like Punjab and, for example, Rajasthan. They had a lot of injuries, but still they fared well. But looking at Sunrisers, it was needless to say it was worst. I don't know what happened between Warner and team management, but I think that was the primary reason for why we didn't fared well. Apart from that, I would say a minor issue apart from this fiasco. The second one was the COVID. They broke the tournament between two seasons and changed venues. I think that was another point why we didn't fared well. Apart from this, based on the team structure and stuff, I am very okay with 2017 to 2020 squad. All these 3 years, they had brilliant squad, brilliant batsmen, brilliant all-rounders, and young team. But so to say, let's look forward to this year. What we have in store for this team?
Yeah, and one more thing. Do you think the mid captaincy change affected SRH? Because last
Yes,
year in 2020, when we played in UAE, we played in the
mhm,
playoff. We got eliminated
correct,
by Delhi, but we
right,
came close. But
right.
when playing again in UAE, we failed. So what do you think may be the reason?
See, in 1 year, the UAE playing conditions, the climate, and the pitch conditions won't change overnight, right? If we are playing good for one season and there is less number of interact, like there is less incoming and outgoing players for one season, then we can't expect the same team to go from number three, almost the playoff spot, or almost the semi-final spot, to bottom of the table. That is impossible. There has to be something behind the scene that happened which hampered the performance of the player. That is my take.
Okay, Rishi, what do you feel? Like once IPL returned to the second leg, we didn't fare as expected, and Warner also didn't reach the expectations. Like in the two matches he played, he didn't fare well, and he was out of the squad and out of the
Just a
stadium
minute, just a minute,
itself.
just a minute. Just a minute. I'm getting a call. I don't know why. Just a minute.
Okay, some inconvenience over there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Valabha, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. So in the second season, when we returned to UAE, you know, so we expected a lot from Warner when we saw that he's coming back to the playing 11. Although he's not the captain, we had high hopes that Warner will be the one person who will change the team to top position. But again, Warner was failed in two matches and he was out of the squad and he was out of the stadium. He was watching homes from his home, matches from his home. So how do you take that?
First of all, it would be a great disappointment from Warner's side as well, because he didn't perform as well in the season. And the second thing is losing Warner from the squad is a great
Hurt
loss
us.
for our team. As we already said that mid-season captaincy break was a big backstep for us, because the sudden change in captaincy leadership changes the flow how the team works, as usual. So initially, I think the season was not as bad as everybody thinks, because if you see every match, we have lost within within a small margin, like losing with 5 runs, or losing with ball spared. You know, they were close matches. All of them were close matches. So I don't think it was a bad season for us, because it just came out of luck. For me, it was a bad luck season. It was full of bad luck. And about Warner, I really feel disappointed. Sorry. I really feel disappointed, and show my frustration in SRS management, as usual, because he was the backbone of our batting, and he was a great leader. He was who won us 2016 IPL season. So this time, uh, let's see. I hope he comes to Hyderabad and play in our Rupal Stadium and score a century against us. But the condition that SRS should win the match.
I'd like to add one more thing. Yeah. So this for Warner, yes. So if you see how great a player he is, there is no doubt that he's a very good left-handed batsman. He is appropriate for all the formats of cricket, T20, Test, and the ODI. Everywhere he has performed, and everywhere is proven to everyone, be it anywhere in the world, UAE, India, and in Australia BBL, or in Pakistan even, or even now he is performing even. So West Indies, Caribbean, England, everywhere he has performed. So we have to see two things. He's being above 30. You don't have the scope to earn more money. Money is not a constant for Warner. Never. It won't be a constant for above 30 players who is already has achieved greatness in this sport, right? So two things I think what happened with Warner. One is he's not getting enough, the support from team management as to what squads that he has to take forward. From 15 you have to select 11, right? So there would have been a friction. I'm not sure about this. This is my hypothesis. So, and the next point is the fitness and training regime that is being employed by team management. There has to be something of friction between this Warner and team management. So that is one of the reason. The third point I would like to state that whenever you will see the social media of Warner, everywhere you will see, right from his daughters, his three daughters, Indy and Candy Warner, his wife, and his other recent daughter, India. So all his family members are diehard supporter of Sunrisers Hyderabad. I've seen lots and lots of not those just forget those reels and stuff. I'm just talking about the post that so his dedication is unquestionable, right? So that is for sure. So when you see that a man who has having so much faith, who is absorbing the love of all the supporters from Hyderabad and all over India who are the supporters of Hyderabad, and to allow him to leave just like that, like nothing has happened, like it is very heartbreaking, so to say. I never reacted to it, but when I heard Rishi, I think that this should come forward. Like he was diehard supporter of SRH, even though he's not playing. I think someone who is more heartbroken than everyone in the team is David Warner himself. Well,
Yeah, that's a very good take, Pratik. I would like to ask that, if Warner was not very good with team management, then why did team management decide him to get him back to the UAE? Like, you know, he was taken out from captaincy. He was in the last match when it was coming to the first leg in India. He was not given a chance. But all of a sudden, did the management trust him, or did Warner instincts didn't help him to make a place in the team because he was not playing as expected and he has two less than 10 scores. I mean, on the UAE pitch, and he was removed from the team. So, how do you take that?
First of all, adding to that point, if you see Captain Kane's score as well, he has less performed than Warner. He has less scores than Warner in the previous season. So that is not about the performance-wise card which we saw in the last year. Because even Kolkata has lost a captain because of those low performances as well. So I don't think that is the reason, because there can be another internal reason between management and the player. I don't think the performance has lacked.
Okay. So that was our last season, how we fared. And coming to the retentions, I'm very shocked that Rashid Khan was not retained. I mean, I have good love for Williamson, but I think Rashid Khan would have been better pick. At least they could have given the Williamson the second pick because Rashid Khan has been a crucial part for us and he has been taking wickets and wickets. And I'm sure that he will take a hat trick against SRH if given a chance.
That's for sure. That's for sure. My first surprise was of Imran Malik actually. We could have bought him for at least, his base price. It would be like 50 lakhs, I think, if we had gone into the auction. But I think he is overrated going for 4 crores, I think. Right? 4 crores, right? He has gone for 4 crores. Okay. So 4 crores is, a bit overrated for a player who is uncapped as well. Has no, IPL history or any experience in playing. So I think that's overrated, and I think about Abdul Samad retention, I think it's a bit justified because of his big six hitting abilities and wrist spinning option, which could give a good balance in the team. And as usual, Kane is retained. He has to be retained. And the big surprise, as Vallabh has mentioned, Rashid Khan. I can't tell about that because he's one of the big pillar of SRH, as we fans always refer to team as four pillars: Rashid, Warner, Kane, and Bhuvaneshwar. And fortunately, we got Bhuvaneshwar back into the squad as well this time. So we have two players intact. We have to get those two pillars assigned as soon as possible in this season.
So Pratik,
Yeah,
on Rishi's point, when you talk about Bhuvneshwar Kumar coming back, right? So he's been form recently. He's showing his form recently in Sri Lankan series. And
right.
do you think that will help us? Like it will help him to come back to the form he was in SRH and help us get better this season?
Right. If you see why Bhuvaneswar Kumar is picked, because he has not lost his, his rhythm. His pace has dropped considerably over the years, that I agree. But his, his bowling style, his action, and it has not changed. And he knows the Hyderabad ground inside out. He knows the team inside out. He is fit even to be a, just after retirement or just after ending his IPL career, he is even fit to be the bowling coach of that team. So I would say that taking back or retaining Bhuvaneswar Kumar or buying him back from the auction, the mentality behind that would be, to guide the future bowlers of, to have a fulcrum over which the future bowlers of SRH will, build upon. Like, Umran Malik, the team has soon faith on him. I personally agree with Rishi because I don't find him so spectacular so as to retain in a team, so, but basically, if we go with Umran Malik and Saurabh Dubey, who has crossed above 30, I guess. Apart from that, who else is Romano Seferd is there, who's a new bowler. Like Suchit is there, Natarajan is there. These all these young bowlers will have a fulcrum over, Bhuvaneswar Kumar more as a lead, as a more of a, you can say, as a coach to guide them through the phases of IPL. So after that, Karthik Tyagi is also there. It's fine bowler, it's a perfect bowler to be guided with, Bhuvaneswar Kumar. So that is the main reason because Bhuvaneswar Kumar is retained.
And do you think, okay, we have retained Umran Malik. I mean, we have shown faith in him, which will increase his morale and to perform
Right.
more for the team and
Hopefully,
like
hopefully.
proving everybody wrong that he was. Many
Right,
people
right.
think
I
that
want that.
many people
Yeah,
think that a kya hai retention. Who is this guy, man? I don't even know him. I didn't even see in IPL much.
right, right.
So that may be a point to prove for Umran Malik. When team has shown faith in him, they should have seen something because you cannot just
Correct.
give 4 crores to somebody who does nothing, right?
Right.
So I think going forward we will be going with Umran Malik and Karthik Tyagi as our top end bowlers, with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar coming in, coming out.
Mhm.
Like Umran Malik and Natarajan and Tyagi will be our main bowlers going forward. And I don't think we have replaced Rashid Khan because I can't find any greatness in our spin department in the current season.
Right, right.
Yeah, and one more thing, like I think Nicholas Puran is a good buy. You know, Spending 10 crores is good because when Williamson is injury prone player. We all know that.
Mhm,
We have a vice captain in Nicholas Puram who has been guiding West Indies really well in absence of Puram.
mhm.
They are seeing Nicholas Puran as a next West Indies captain. So that could
Yes,
help.
captain material. Yep, yep.
Whenever Williamson is injured or whenever he needs rest, Puran can step up.
Mhm.
So the 10.5 is for the power hitting ability and his captaincy. Just it's not only for just for batting set. He also keeps. You know, is basically he's replacing Bairstow in our team,
Right, right, correct.
but with the captaincy option. So
Right,
we have spent 4 crores more. Otherwise, we could have got Bairstow for 7 crores back.
right.
Yes. So,
So,
Rishi and Pratik, so what do you feel is the best buy of SRH this season?
best buy of this season. I would say I'm in a fix between these two. One is for Nicholas Puran. I think still I think because it is at 1-2 crores tad higher than I would have rather gone for him. But still, I would like to be proven wrong by team management. If he performs, I'm happy to oblige that it is a good buy. But apart from that, what is the main focal point of this auction would be Aiden McCrim because he is a star batsman because I have already seen him in every series in every match that how he's performing in recent times. I see that the price tag from which we have got Markram, it's a very cheap deal, cheapest deal that I will ever go with. He is also a captain material and he will also have a leadership quality. Again, for choosing for from the foreign batsmen, I think Ken Williamson will be having help from Makram up the order. So I would see that Makram is the most precious buy this season.
For me, there are three picks actually. One is I agree with Pratik as you said. Nicholas Puran is one of the best buy. For me, Nicholas Puran is one of the best buy. The second one is Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips will be a great keeper, and he can give you 1 or 2 overs with the ball. And the third one is Washington Sundar. Indian all-rounder. We were lacking a good Indian all-rounder, so they would. It's a good buy for us taking Washington Sundar into the team, and he could really balance the team in the middle, which we're lacking in the. Guys, can you hear any noise from behind from my side? Because it's okay, right?
It's fine, it's fine.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, sure. So now, Washington Sundar would be a great choice for us in the middle order, in the low middle order, which we were lacking very much. No pitch hitting abilities. No one was able to take those crucial 10 to 20 runs within 7 to 8 balls. Who could hit those runs? You know, for that, Washington Sundar would be a great choice. And if you and he's having a great economy rate in the IPL as well. And Nicholas Puran is a captain. He's a captaincy material who could keep wickets. Fantastic, phenomenal fielder as well, as we saw in the previous leg of the sixth saving against Rajasthan Royals. We saw that, right? And coming to Glenn Phillips, he's a go-to man for our captain Kane Williamson. So those two are Kiwis, so they have a great bonding between them. So I think you normally and with the flow they will do wonders with the team. If at all Nicholas Puran is not keeping wickets, Glenn Phillips can do that as well. They could experiment with the combinations as well.
Yeah, correct. So I think in the middle we will go with Washington Sundar and Abhishek Sharma for the both ends to
Correct.
keep the economy low of the opposition. So Muralidharan confirmed that Abhishek Sharma will be opening in some recent interview. So what's your take on that?
I don't think this is it real? Like he has really said that the SRH is the last team to experiment like this.
Yeah, that would be a good opening pair with I think Kane or Aiden Markram will be opening with Abhishek Sharma because the last season we have seen that last two matches I think Abhishek Sharma has opened for Savage.
Yeah, and I think he
So
confirmed that. Abhishek Sharma will be opening with Williamson with Bakram at 4.
Okay.
And
So
Tripathi
then,
will be coming one down.
yeah, Tripathi is there, right? Tripathi
Yes, Tripathi is there.
would be playing in
Yeah.
one down for it would be a crucial position for us. So I think, uh, yes, Abhishek Sharma could be a good opening pair with Kane Williamson or Eden Martin because he has that aggressive nature inside the first 6 overs. Because
Correct.
we have seen in the previous matches as well. So he has shown the intent of playing big strokes within the first six
Up
overs.
the order. Yeah, okay. So what about Priyam Garg? Where is he now? Like, is he hopeful to get a space in the team, like a regular squad team, the regular 11?
Uh, for me,
Priyam
Priyam Garg is a proper 50 over
batsman type.
batsman, 50 over player. So I don't think he's a proper T20 player. If he comes out of the box, then he can do wonders because he has all the 360 play kind of player. He's as well because we have seen him play in CSK with Abhishek Sharma in the UAE.
Right, right, right.
Yes, right. So I think he has the ability, but he has to live up to that expectation which SRH management has shown.
Right.
We have bought some reasonable buys who last year played for SRH, notably Abhishek Sharma, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and some other guys. So I think that they were in the plan, but they couldn't retain them because of some other reasons. So they bought them back. So the main thing I think is that Washington Sundar and Abhishek Sharma is the middle order. As you are suggesting that Abhishek Sharma may be a good player in the power play with his power hitting ability, but I think that if he comes in the middle order, it would help us get some 10-20 extra runs alongside Washington Sundar when given a chance. In the top order, we can utilize Aidan Makram and Nicholas Puran too, because Nicholas Puran is a hard hitting batsman, and we can use Tripathi too. There are many options when we
Mm.
look about the opening. But Abhishek Sharma is not at all a bad choice because he has a power hitting ability with Tripathi at 3 and Makram at 4, Puran at 5. We have the power order, and don't forget Samad at 6, right?
Right,
So
right.
we have that covered. From coming previously, we have Kedar Jadhav and Vijay Shankar. I think it's a huge, huge, huge upgrade from the last season.
Mm.
So, what do you guys think will be the ideal playing 11 and how will be faring in this season? Considering last season, do you think any other team management issues will be coming or it will be going smooth and we'll be reaching the playoffs?
I guess that is being addressed right now because there is an overall of everyone, starting from coaching staff to players to everyone. It has been notified. It would have been notified to everyone to fix this issue which happened last year, not to repeat it, not to have a repetition of that this year. Because you have some players, young players who are thinking of playing for the whole season of IPL. They have to have a clear head to play the entire tournament in the right frame of mind, right? So if outside boogers and outside talks get into a team and strikes in the court, then you won't be able to perform as much as. So I think the team management would have looked into it and taken care of it.
So you're playing 11, Pratik.
Yeah, playing 11. If I were Tom Moody, I would have never gotten rid of Rashid Khan at least. But that's gone. So I hope Abhishek Sharma or Markram. If I have a choice, then I will go for Markram because Abhishek Sharma is a good option. But I will for one half of the tournament I will go for Markram and see how that fares, and then I will look to switch things up. So if Markram and we were saying Williamson at top, I'm also not very comfortable with Williamson having a opening spot. I will say rather anyone else who has the opening ability to have that spot, and after that we have a third down, first down for Williamson, Rahul Tripathi, and Abdul Samad, and in between we can have someone like a batsman, for example. Um, Abhishek Sharma at 4, how is the prospect for Abhishek Sharma at 4? Because he's a all-rounder, batting all-rounder, and he is a left-handed batsman, so that can be helpful. But it is not. But I'm still siding with Priyam Garg at number 4 because I don't think Sasank Singh or anyone like Ravi Kumar Samant who are being bought cheaply from auction, they will be fit for number 4 position. So I will go for Priyam Garg after Rahul Tripathi. And after that comes the spinners. We have Washington Sundar who will play for sure for every match if he's not injured at least. And then we can have someone like Shreyas Gopal if he's fit. Otherwise, we can omit him out for the bench. And after that, we can have, as you rightly said, Glenn Phillips will be the third um, foreign batsman. If he is comfortable with wicket keeping, then it is fair. Otherwise, we have to choose one between Nicholas Puran and Phillips. I will go for Puran then. And talking about bowlers, I will let you speak for bowlers because I'm not very sure about the bowling lineup. We have 6 or 7 bowlers now, so it is very tough to decide on the. Bhuvneshwar Kumar will be the first choice. That's for sure. Natarajan will be the death bowler. Apart from that, I'm very confused between the other rest two who will be leading the bowling pack.
Coming to my 11, I would, absolutely open with Aiden Markram and Abhishek Sharma on the top.
Right.
They can really give good 6 overs, first 6 overs in the game. And one down will be Kane Williamson because he's good as at number 2 position for New Zealand as well as for Sundowns.
Mm.
And at number 4 position, I would give Rahul Tripathi.
Rahul
At
Tripathi.
number 5, Nicholas Puran. Number 6 will be, this guy. This sorry.
Samad, Samad or
No,
someone
yeah,
else.
Samad. Yes, Samad will be number 6, and after that you will get the spinners,
Sundar and
going for Washington Sundar. And if at all we can play, Shreyas Gopal, we can play Shreyas Gopal because Mumbai pitches are turning pitches, so pace
right.
bowlers will be, great. We have to play again according to the pitch, so Shreyas Gopal,
Shreyas
or
Gopal is
we can go
himself.
for Karthik.
Shreyas Gopal is himself a
Yes,
Mumbaikar, right? So he will have a more
yes,
accurate knowledge about Mumbai pitches. Yeah,
yes,
that would
yes,
help,
yes.
right?
So if at all for pacey pitches, I would switch Shreyas Gopal with Karthik
Right,
Tyagi,
right.
and after that Romario Shepherd or Glenn Phillip, Romario Shepherd or Faruqi from who's in fabulous Afghan fast bowler. We have who has been came into light recently. So I would go for him, and after Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Nataraj.
Not right.
Because seeing here, you could get 3 spin bowlers and three pace bowlers, or
Right,
else you can get 4 pace bowlers, 1 spin bowler, and 1 part-time bowler here in this squad.
right.
So it will be a good balanced squad because last season we had this middle order struggle with Puran coming in, Washington coming in,
Yes,
and
yes, that is being addressed.
Samad is a bit experienced now.
Mm,
So and Rahul Tripathi coming in, it's
mm.
a good solid middle order batting lineup for us. But we have really not concentrated on the opening pair, because
Yeah,
for many years for almost 6 to 7 years we
yeah. Warner
SRH
was
had
always
the yeah SRH has the best opening combination ever, whether
ever.
it's
Yeah,
Warner Dhawan or Warner Kane or Warner Bairstow or
best.
Kane Dhawan. So we had a we always had best opening pair. But this season we have to get a new pair going on, and should hopefully work.
Finger crossed.
Sorry for that, but the time is running out. We need to finish it soon.
Right.
So I personally think that we have a good bowling lineup compared to batting this season. But saying that, we have a balance between batting and bowling, right? So at the top we have good balance. And the main thing I think they are going with Abhishek Sharma is because it's a left and right hand combination. I don't think
Correct.
there's
Yes.
any other thing they're focusing on. And with middle order we have Tripathi, Puran, Makaram, we have Seen apart, Shepard, we have many options.
Yeah.
So I think we have good options this season to qualify for playoffs and even win the trophy. And I'm sure that team will perform very better than the last season because they will be in a good shape of mind. and I'm sure that Kane Williamson captaincy will help us go forward.
Right.
And I think if we get qualified, we can play a complete bowling lineup playing 11.
Yeah, yeah, that is
Yeah,
for sure. SRS has always been a bowling team. He has more focus on bowling team than batting team. That's the thing I like about SRH. All other teams have hard-hitting batsmen like Pollard and stuff. We have some decent bowlers who have that inch to take crucial wickets at crucial time. We can maintain an economy of 4 and 5. If 5 is record of final over, it is one and only team who can beat that opponent. That is
yeah,
SRH.
yeah,
Yes, adding to that point, SRH is only the only team who can, defend 118 score and as well as
Right,
chase out 200
right,
score.
right. We
yeah,
are a bowling team, man.
yeah. So concluding that, we hope that SRH performs really well this season, and we'll
Yes.
meet you before the first match for the analysis. And thank you for the time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vallabh. Thank you, Pratik.
Thank you.